Are you a hardcore Jujutsu Kaisen fan, or do you think you are?
No, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
Well, if you think you are, I've got a weird question for you. What does Sakuna's finger taste like? Yeah, it's a weird question, I know. If you got the answer to that, let me know in the comments, by the way. But if you don't, here are 10 facts about Jujutsu Kaisen I think you definitely need to know. I'm Killspray, and let's go.
Number 1. Sakuna was inspired by a real-life mythology. Hideaki Katsumi, the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, once revealed they are taking the antagonist inspiration from Japanese lore and mythology. Sakuna was a real person who existed in Japan's history and was later made to be a legend or myth. The real Sakuna was a renowned leader, and his story is covered in an ancient book of classical Japanese history called The Chronicles of Japan. In this story, Sakuna was a mighty being with 2 pairs of arms and 2 pairs of legs, similar to the series. In the book, Sakuna is described as quick, witty, and possesses superhuman strength. He carried a bow, arrow, and swords in his hands. He was called a natural calamity, and during his reign, he pillaged countless villages, leaving a trail of death behind him. Number 2. Jujutsu Kaisen's ending is already planned. Yes, don't be surprised. The ending for a good story needs a lot of planning and thinking. Try for the fact it should be satisfying for the story itself, as well as the audience. At times, in some stories, decisions are changed, leaving the story aloof or confusing. But this is not the same with Jujutsu Kaisen. According to the creator, the plan on how to end Jujutsu Kaisen is clear, and it's just building up puzzles to fit into a good story, which just goes to show how much of a well-planned story Jujutsu Kaisen is.
Number 3. How much does the Jujutsu Kaisen episode cost? Well, after researching, I found out that Jujutsu Kaisen costs $150,000 per episode. Yes, you heard that right, and no, it's not because of Gojo's eyes. Jujutsu Kaisen is a series that is comprised of an intricate plot, instantly likable characters, and some of the most amazing animation to ever grace the genre. Why fans of the anime like to tease that animated Satoru Gojo's eyes swallows a huge chunk of the budget. It is truly done by its great attention to detail, extremely vivid battles, and flawless smooth art. Devoting $150,000 to the anime, Mappa Studio dares and dreams to be different, undeniably accomplishing their goal. Number 4. Akutami hates Gojo. Now I know you're thinking, who could possibly hate a likable character like Gojo? Well, apparently the author of Jujutsu Kaisen is that one guy who dislikes Gojo. On one occasion, following the results of the first popularity poll where Gojo ranked first, he went as far as to advise his readers to vote for Ken Tsunanami instead of Satoru Gojo. Interestingly, ever since then, Gojo has not ranked first again in the subsequent polls. It also seems that the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen is not the only one who is part of the hating Gojo club. Apparently, Yuichi Nakamura, the voice actor of Satoru Gojo, also hates Gojo. To be fair, Gojo is portrayed as an arrogant character with a slight god complex, but he also has the power to back up that arrogance. Do you find Gojo annoying? Let me know in the comments, or do you support Akutami in hating Gojo?
Number 5. The main character is inspired by the creator's brother. Yes, Yuji may be another new anime protagonist to us, but not for the creator of the show. Akutami has revealed that the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen is based on his older brother, who is quite the opposite in traits from him. Akutami's brother was almost great at everything, ranging from studies and sports, and these similar traits are seen in the character of Yuji. The character of Yuji is basically a tale of Akutami and his brother Trace, who is willing to sacrifice himself if it means saving others.
Number 6. What does Sakuna's finger taste like?
Take a guess. Have you done that? Let me know in the comments. Well, let's see if you are correct. One of the most unsettling elements of Jujutsu Kaisen is the fact that Itadori literally swallows Sakuna's fingers, which, to be honest, aren't exactly the freshest fingers out there. And Itadori makes it pretty clear that he finds the fingers disgusting. He doesn't quite tell us what it tastes like. But in a fan book Q&A, Akutami answered our weird curiosity. He said it tasted like soap. Still gross, but was that what you're expecting?
Number 7. Toge's language meaning. In order to avoid the unwanted effects from his core speech, Toge has to speak in rice ball toppings instead of actual words. But it's not just speaking randomly, his words actually have a meaning. He uses shake, which translates to salmon, as affirmation, negation, okaka, which translates to fish flakes, konbu or kelp, which is a greeting. Those are the only 2 with meanings, the rest are actual nonsense. Number 8. Nobara's hair color isn't natural. Yes, that's right. Nobara is a popular character from the hit anime series Jujutsu Kaisen. As one of the main female protagonists, she has garnered a devoted fanbase eager to learn more about her. One intriguing detail is that Nobara's hair color is not natural. Though she sports light brown hair in the show, this is actually dyed from a natural darker brown shade. The reason behind this shade is uncertain, However, her signature look undoubtedly complements Nobara's bold personality and completes her role as a skilled jutsu sorcerer. Number 9. Nanami was originally a villain. In manga and anime series, Jujutsu Kaisen has many popular characters. One of the favorites is Nanami Kento. The creator Gege Akutami first made Nanami as a villain. This is very different from how Nanami turned out. He became a mentor character instead. We don't know a lot about Nanami as a villain, but it's an interesting idea. It shows how Akutami worked hard on the characters. Number 10. How long will it take to watch the current Jujutsu Kaisen series, not including season 2? Okay, let's begin. Main series, 24 episodes multiplied by 24 minutes, that gives a total of 576 minutes. Jujutsu Kaisen serial movie, which is a total of 105 minutes. Then the OVA episodes, which are approximately 40 minutes. That will bring the total runtime to 576 minutes plus 105 minutes plus 40 minutes, which gives a total of 721 minutes, and that is approximately 12 hours. Now that calculation is a bit unrealistic because we all know we're going to skip the intro and outro most of the times. So let's do the calculation again, removing both the intro and outro. Each of the main series episodes has roughly 3.5 minutes of combined intro and outro runtime. That means 24 episodes multiplied by 3.5 minutes. That gives a total of 84 minutes of intros and outros. So now what we are going to do is that we're going to minus the total intro / outro minutes from the total series runtime minutes. That gives a total of 576 minutes minus 84 minutes, which gives 492 minutes. So approximately, when converted to hours, gives 8.2 hours. In summary, if you skip the intro and outro, that will give you a total of 10 hours. But if you should watch with the intro / outro, that gives 12 hours. Now, I know that's a lot of math, but if you follow to the end, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Also, don't forget to check out these videos. You might like them.